Tamara here. Welcome to my channel. I am so excited about today's video because today I have my beautiful friend Claudia, who has the channel Claudia Glows. Say hi. And
Hi.
Claudia and I are going to ask you to join us in the conversation. You know, we have been really getting to know each other and becoming really good friends over the past year. And we have so many talks and chats about all these topics that we thought would be of interest to you. Aging, gracefully aging, skincare treatments, you know, just sort of the state of the aging process. And we thought it would be fun to do this conversation, and we decided to do it in two parts. Now, this is part two of our conversation, and if you want to see part one, and I know you will, go over to Claudia's channel so that you can see the other half of our conversation, because we touch on a ton of subjects, and we would really love to have you guys join in on the conversation in the comment box. So without further ado, let's just jump right into part two of our little chat on our thoughts on everything, aging, beauty, the whole bit. So we are going to do it right now.
And I hope you guys will join us down in the comments. I didn't really think of myself as being part of the mature woman community. And in fact, I think Jen one day said, yeah, my friend Claudia, she's also a mature woman. And I thought, how dare her? Because I hadn't really thought of myself as a mature woman.
That's funny.
So, yeah, I was a little bit offended.
Oh, that's funny.
But now I'm honored to be part of that. I really am. I get the most amazing comments. I got the sweetest comment from a 70-year-old lady today, and it just warms my heart.
Yeah.
So that, I just get goosebumps thinking about some of the comments I get, but that is why I started. I just wanted to make, like I said, even if it was just a difference in one person's life.
And that's one of the things I love about your channel and you. You are a natural healer, and you are a natural inspirational person. I mean, you helped me get through the COVID lockdown. You did so many inspirational videos because you were in major lockdown in Italy. And, you know, I think you are making a huge difference in people's lives. And, you know, my channel might be, you know, I love makeup. It's creative. It's fun. You know, I'm not a makeup artist. So my channel sometimes is a little bit more beauty oriented, but I really want to make sure that it is balanced. You know, trying to do some fun makeup, lots of skincare, but I really would like to do more health and wellness like you are doing.
You know, it's okay to do makeup as well, especially if it makes you happy. There is this demonization right now going on YouTube where, oh, if you do makeup, you're not natural. If you do Botox, you're not natural. Or it's this woman not supporting each other and critiquing and judging what's okay and what's not okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that too, because I think it's very important. And the whole, and that's another subject, and we'll talk about that in a second, but that whole, I got a comment the other day on my microneedling video. Well, you obviously do Botox, so it's obviously not the microneedling. If you do Botox, first of all, you're not aging gracefully, which is what you and I want to do. Age gratefully, as you say, I like that word. There's that sort of demonization, any sort of treatment, and even if it's just makeup, or if you get a laser, or if you do face massage, whatever it is, then you're not accepting aging and you're not aging gratefully. And I think the two can completely exist together. There's a fine line of why you're doing something, but if done for the right reasons, they can very beautifully exist together. What do you think about that?
I feel very lucky to be growing older in a time where we have so much science and research into the aging process and into things that can help you feel and look younger. You know, there's lots of different treatments, Botox, fillers, lasers, there's surgeries. You know, my grandmother had none of those options. You know, my grandmother at my age was a much older lady than I am now. Now, having said that, we don't need to do all the treatments, and it is a personal choice. And I think you're absolutely right. the number one issue, or the most important thing is, why are you doing a treatment? Like that gal we talked about earlier. She wanted to do treatments because she didn't feel, because she had such poor self-confidence. Okay, I've been doing Botox for 15 years. In my 11s, I'm very transparent about it. I do a couple of units right here in my marionettes. I do not do my crow's feet because I like laugh lines. And yes, Botox has been demonized. I do get some occasional negative comments that nothing else that I do matters because it's been sort of erased or negated by Botox. Well, that's judgment. That's demonization.
Well, it's not
Botox,
logical.
and it's not even scientifically accurate. Exactly. Because we all know, or you and I know, Botox just simply relaxes the muscle and will temporarily, decrease those expression movements. Now, I want to have expression. You and I have talked about that. So I don't go for, tons and tons of Botox, but I really don't like to have that angry, stressed look on my face. And, when my daughter was in high school or younger, and she would be saying to me, what's the matter? Are you angry at me? And I'm like, no, I'm not angry. I'm just overdue for Botox. So anyway, I'm getting off on this. The thing is the judgment and the demonization. And I support whatever anybody chooses to do that makes them happy. That doesn't mean I'm going to have the same choice. You choose not to wear makeup. You are beautiful. I choose to wear makeup. I'm beautiful. It doesn't make me better than you better than me. I don't dye my hair. I help my aunt with her roots every 6 weeks. We all need to make choices that make us feel our best. So, and I just really wish that women would encourage and support each other in that regard, and not sort of demonize and judge.
I believe that judgment comes from a place of insecurity in yourself, because I know I've been there. I mean, I have been there. After my 40th birthday, I started panicking a little bit. I met my husband when I was 41, my now husband, and I was 42 when we got married, and he was 29. And I remember I panicked.
I love that. Perfect.
I mean, I never felt an age difference with us as far as emotionally or physically, but I remember panicking as far as my outside appearance and thinking, what is his family going to think at our wedding? Are they going to think, what is he doing with this old woman? And so I remember I went to a spa back then in California, and it was so expensive. I spent thousands of dollars. I got Botox, I got filler. I got filler in my here where I'm hollow. I got filler in my lips. I got Botox. And yes, I liked it. It didn't make that huge of a difference. My husband didn't even notice. To me, it made a difference. But I remember thinking, this is what I have to do from now on, because I have to keep this up. And I did it a couple of times, and then I thought, this is going to be so exhausting, let alone expensive. And I had to really sit down with myself and go, why are you doing this? And I do think there is that fine line of doing it because we are hoping to gain happiness from it, or acceptance, especially self-acceptance. And so I had to really sit down with myself and go, this is silly. I don't need to do this.
Yeah.
I like you. I don't like to have a crazy frown line because I look like Mark Wahlberg when he's really angry. So I get Botox on my forehead. I don't do it on my crow's feet either, like you do. I just do it right here. And I have plenty of smile lines, but that doesn't bother me. It shows that I have enough in my life to smile about.
Yeah.
I just don't want to look angry. So now I got to the point where I sort of, I talk to myself, why is it that I want to do these things? Am I doing them for the right reasons? Am I doing them? Of course, it's going to make me happy if I look a little bit better. But am I hoping to gain something else from that? And if so, then maybe I have to figure something else out.
That's self-care. I mean, I enjoy my skincare. It is how I pamper myself.
Same here.
I am interested in the science with actives that can do something to make my skin healthier and more vibrant. So, Yes, we talk about anti-aging because that's a
I hate that
buzzword and
word.
it's a searchable item.
Yeah.
But really, it's about well age. Now we're getting down. Really, it's about aging as well as we can, and as
Mhm.
beautifully as we can, and as healthfully as we can. And whether treatments are a part of it or not is a personal decision. And certainly, I mean, I have friends who all they want to do is just wash their face, moisturize, they're done,
Mhm.
and that works for them. So again, I just think I am excited to be in this day and age where we do have these options. Now, like you, in my early 50s, late 40s, I really, I did some cheek filler in my late 40s, early
Mhm.
50s. Actually, I can't remember. I think I had some lip filler in 2017. I don't really feel the urge for me right now to get any kind of filler. And, I'm not making any promises, never say never. But again, the more comfortable we are with ourselves, I don't know. So there was this lady I was researching. There's this older lady, an 82-year-old model. Her name is Carmen Del something. And she was on an HBO special about the supermodels. Where are they now?
Mhm.
And a quote, she's 82 and she admits to plastic surgery. And a quote, she said, how she compared her plastic surgery. If you had a ceiling falling down in your living room, wouldn't you want to fix it? I thought that was so funny.
Well, and that's the
I don't
thing.
know.
Where do you draw the line? I mean,
Right.
people have given me a hard time. So let's put out what we do. I do Botox in my forehead. I microneedle. I have just started
Mm-hmm.
doing peels. That's really it. I have
Yeah.
had Fraxel laser because I wanted to play around with it. I don't think I will do it again because it's a lot of downtime. But I've even had a hard time. People have given me a hard time for microneedling, for example,
Yeah.
because
I don't understand
it's not
that.
letting yourself, yeah, it's not letting yourself age naturally. So should you
No.
not work out? Should you not eat healthy? Where do we draw the line? That's the thing. And where does the judgment come in? I think we have to, like you said, all know for ourselves, why are we doing it?
Yeah.
Be truthful to ourselves. Why are we doing it? And then just do what makes us happy. Like
Yeah.
you, skincare makes me so happy. My husband doesn't
Yeah.
understand it, but to me, it's pampering. And I think
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it has to do that for decades I was disconnected from here on down. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't look at my body. I didn't touch my body. And so now putting on some luxurious lotion, whether that is my face, my body, that is self-love and self-care to me. And there's nothing wrong with that. But again, I think we all need to just be honest with ourselves is what are we hoping to gain from it? And just leave the judgment out.
Yes. And I do think that as YouTube creators, I do think that transparency is really important
Mm-hmm.
because, you know, if somebody is looking at social media and, they're wondering, why don't I look like that person?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because that person might do this and this and this. And so that's one of the benefits of YouTube is that we are able to, share and be transparent with what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Hopefully not get too much, negative feedback, but there's always a little bit. And like you said, that really does say more about where that person is in their life than about us. So, I don't know.
But for example, we do the same thing with celebrities, right? I'm guilty of it too. We look at a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful celebrity. Well, of course she's beautiful. She's had all this plastic surgery. Then you
Right,
have a celebrity who doesn't anything, or well, she looks old. We
right.
have this judgment with these people that we don't even know. But I think it's really coming from a judgment from ourselves.
Yeah.
And the more we get comfortable with ourselves and are honest with ourselves and stop judging what we want to do or not do, the more we can accept somebody else's aging process. But
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I do want to say one thing. So I follow a couple of beautiful 80-year-olds here on YouTube. Sandra Hart, who is the Romper Room Lady, 82, just beautiful, has never had anything, right? And pushing their 80s. I love Nanny, no plastic surgery. Now, having said that, I think this might be controversial, but I think Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin, because I watch Grace and Frankie, they are both gorgeous.
Gorgeous,
They are,
of course.
and they both had plenty of work,
Mm-hmm.
beautiful work, I might add. But it's all beautiful. I mean, the two 80-year-olds that I look up to and admire are absolutely gorgeous with absolutely no work. And Jane and Lily are absolutely gorgeous. And nobody is better or holier than the other person, in my opinion. So I don't know. Does that?
I mean, but again, I think it comes from learning to accept yourself, and then you can let somebody else do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
That judgment, and I know that for myself, because when I have been judgmental of somebody else's decisions or aging process or whatever it is, that was because I wasn't secure in my own aging process or in the place I was at that moment. Yeah. So we have to just, everybody needs to know what makes them happy. Each of us can only make the world a better place if we're actually making ourselves happy first. So whatever it takes to do that, who's to say that's wrong?
And the other thing is learning to focus on the positive. Mm-hmm. And we talk a lot about on YouTube, oh, my hooded lids, oh, my, sagging jowls. But people don't look at one part of our mm-hmm. face, right? I mean, my problem area might be my neck. It's my least favorite. It's my least area. It's my area that I feel like I'm aging the most. But people don't just look at my neck. They're looking at my face. They're looking mm-hmm. at, and it's not just looking, they're connecting. So again, it's the big picture. It's the connection. Mm-hmm. It's not, picking apart a person feature by feature. And that's how I see people, and that's how I'm hoping to be seen. And I don't know.
I really try to focus on that when I make a video, and I hope that I'm succeeding. I try to focus on not talking about problem areas, but talking about mm-hmm. skin health, or because I don't want to constantly feed into that we have problem areas, but more looking at the health of ourselves, of our skin. And hopefully I'm trying to do that. Hopefully I'm succeeding at that, but I'm really trying to, of course I see my own problem areas, but I'm trying to not focus on them and talk about them.
Right. In a negative way, because, words do matter, right?
Yeah.
And
exactly.
Even though we use the words anti-aging, I
can't stand that word. We have to use it in a thumbnail because that's what people click on, but
that's what people are searching for.
It is so negative. And you and I have talked about this before. Aging is a privilege. It's a gift that is not granted to everyone. Now, is it easy? No, but it's still a gift. And it's you talk about your mom a lot, and I know how difficult that was for you to lose her at a young age. It is not something all of us get to do, is to age. So this word anti-aging is just so negative. I love how you say grateful aging, not even graceful aging, but grateful, because I am grateful that I get to age. Am I afraid of it a little bit? Sure. But that doesn't mean I'm not grateful for it. Absolutely
grateful aging, because life is a gift. Every day, every week, every month is a gift, and it is not a given. We are not guaranteed. And having, like you said, lost my mom very, very, very suddenly, and some other losses, it is truly a gift. Now, so we do use the word anti-aging because that is what people are searching for. But I really, like you, I really prefer to use some other words that are a little bit more positive, such as, I love to say, growing older, because growing is a good thing, and growing older is a great thing. And so I feel like that puts it in a more positive light than anti-aging. Other words, or getting old. That's not a positive. That doesn't have a positive connotation. I've really tried to think about this. Well aging, healthy aging. One word I really love is seasoned. I think that's cool.
Do you? Sounds a bit like
Yeah,
a steak,
I do.
but
Right, but I know it sounds like a steak. I guess because I live in a, I don't know, seasoned. That reminds me of a fine wine or
Okay, I can see that.
a cheese or yeah, a steak. I don't know. I don't know what other positive words can we choose to incorporate more into our lives.
You know, I don't really have a word for you, but I'm just thinking. I live in southern Italy right now, and the little area we live in has quite a bit of an older population.
Mm-hmm.
And when you said the word seasoned is when I thought about that, because it does describe the people here. People look a little bit older here than they probably are because it's not the easiest life. But they have such experience written all over their face.
Yes.
And it's fascinating to see these people in the streets. Now they want to have full-on conversations with me, and my Italian is nowhere near enough to be able to do that. But they're so full of life still. And like I said, their face has all this expression, and it's just fascinating to me. And seeing that, I lived in the United States for half my life, but I've been back in Europe for probably 6 years now. And having been back in Europe, I lived in France, now in Italy. Seeing how age is treated a little bit differently here is also something that has made me feel a lot more positive about aging, because these people, even though they are seasoned and older, they're still incorporated into life. They're spending time with their family and with their grandchildren, and they're not just separate in a home or something.
They're revered.
And their experience matters, and their opinion matters, and they matter, and it's really beautiful to see. So I know we were at word choices, but that's just something I thought about, and that is another thing that has made me a lot more hopeful about aging, seeing that there can be another way of growing old. And by no means do these people look perfect. None of them had ever had any Botox or anything. But having all that experience on their face and that livelihood and all of it makes them gorgeous, and it makes them beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I've worked in geriatrics. I don't talk a lot about my job for most of my nursing career. And right now, I'm not really a healthcare provider. I'm more in administration. But for most of my nursing career, I did work in geriatrics, skilled nursing facilities, rehab, TCUs, transitional care. And I always just loved listening to the wisdom and the stories of the older people. I loved working with older people. They became so beautiful to me. And speaking of that, my great aunt Sally lived until 102, and she, at her 100th birthday party, she had her lipstick on, no, not full makeup, but she had her lipstick on, her cute little gray haircut. She was flirting with all the men in the room. She was absolutely beautiful. Yes, she had wrinkles. Yes, she had gray hair. Yes, she had lines, but she had such joy at her 100th birthday party and beyond. I mean, she was somebody who walked pretty much 3 miles a day until she was about 95 years old. So, there is that. And I think of a word that I'm starting to hear a little bit more, or a phrase, and it's called super ager. A super ager, somebody who is.
I like that.
I like that too. Super ager. It's like somebody who is so vibrant, energetic, positive throughout their aging process. So, well aging, healthy aging, super aging, grateful aging. The word gracefully aging, I think, has a double-edged sword, because I think sometimes people interpret that the only way you can gracefully age is if you don't do anything, right? Yeah. And I think we've already sort of worked through that, but I think gracefully aging is aging to your comfort level, whether you dye your hair, wear makeup, do any kind of treatments. But I do think that people use the word graceful aging to criticize other people sometimes.
I agree. Hopefully you and I will be super agers.
I hope so.
And all of our viewers as well.
Absolutely. That's my goal. That's my goal. Healthy, happy, vibrant,
I told my husband today, so my husband now is 38, I'm 52, and he has this, he keeps thinking of retirement at 38. And for some reason, he keeps trying to figure out how much money are we going to need to retire. And I said, well, baby, you know, it's going to be, we need at least 60 years. And he said, well, are you going to be 100 and, wait, what would 112? And I said, yeah. I said, you better keep up with me then.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But awesome. Yeah, I hope that we will be super H's, all of us.
That was so fun. I just enjoyed every minute of this conversation. And if you haven't already seen Claudia's part 1, make sure you go over to her channel to see part 1. Of course, Claudia's video and her video and her channel will be linked below. All that being said, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining us. I know we both appreciate the time that you spend with us. So thank you. Have a great day and a wonderful week. And I hope to see you in my video next Sunday. Thank you. Bye.